I'm Tom. On Saturday, the 26th of April, Conor Benn takes on Chris Eubank Junior at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. A battle handed down to them through the legacy of their fathers. It really is a battle of bad blood, bad intentions, you name it. Here we go. We are here. Perhaps the biggest fight this year. Certainly the biggest fight in British boxing this year. Will that change? That's up to the big boys. That's up to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois. But at the moment, this is the biggest fight in British boxing this year. Saturday, the 26th of April. I will be there. If anyone else is there, let me know in the comments. I'll come along and say hi. Let's do my breakdown, my prediction, my preview. It's quite hot in here, so it will be a bit of a quicker one. Initially, right off the bat, my head is saying Chris Eubank Jr. I just think he's not as battle worn as what people are saying. His chin's been tested a couple of times. He's only ever been knocked out once. It's not like he's getting knocked out in all his fights, and he's got the experience at the top level. He's fought at a really high level that Conor Benn just hasn't fought at yet. He's got the experience, the know-how, the ability. He's proven. He's got, the size, and a good big man beats a good small man. He's got the size. He's got, really most things in his favour here. So right off the bat, my head is saying Chris Eubank Jr. And I want to go with Chris Eubank Jr. I just think if it goes to points, I fancy Chris Eubank. I think he's a better boxer. I don't actually think he's quicker. A lot of people say he's quicker, but I don't think he is quicker. I think he was quicker, but I don't think this Chris Eubank, this age, is quicker. But again, he's got the size on him. He's got the ability. He's got the know-how. He's got the lot. So really, he should be able to beat a Conor Benn. When you've got Conor Benn, who's so unproven, we don't know how good he can be, but we know how good he is now, and it's unproven. It's not impressive. It's not really the ability that should be beating Chris Eubank Jr. And he's a lot bigger than Conor Benn. He is, especially down at these weight classes. He is a lot bigger, and that makes me question it as well. That makes me question, really, is he going to be able to put up a fight against Chris Eubank when Chris Eubank Jr. goes down the stretch and goes through the gears? But then when I think, that's kind of why I think Chris Eubank Jr. But then I look at it and think Conor Benn, and I think actually Conor Benn, he's relentless. He's absolutely relentless. And, look at his last two fights at 154. He doesn't stop going. Everyone's saying that Conor Benn's got 4 to 6 rounds to get him out of there. If he doesn't do that, it's Chris Eubank Jr.'s fight. I don't know how much I agree with that. I think Conor Benn could knock Chris Eubank Jr. out in round 10 because Conor Benn doesn't stop going. He that's his style. Very, very fun to watch. Stand there and trade, take one to give one. It goes for your head. And he'll do that right the way through the fight. And now that he's got, he'll get to 160 easy. He won't be the weight drained one here. He won't be the one struggling to make weight. He'll be at weight, no problems. So it shouldn't really affect his cardio. If anything, it might help his cardio. So he'll be there the whole way through. Then you've got Chris Eubank Jr., who will struggle to make weight. Chris Eubank Jr., who will be weight drained. And how much is that going to affect Chris Eubank Jr.? I think quite a lot. I think a weight drained Chris Eubank Jr. isn't going to be a good Chris Eubank Jr. And down the stretch, later into the fight, let me just adjust this. Make it focus out there. Down the stretch, later into the fight, I don't know how much is going to benefit Chris Eubank Jr. being weight drained, struggling to make that weight, being gassed. That's probably going to make him really tired in the later rounds of the fight, at least I think. And that's where Conor Benn might land a punch later on. But I do also think that Conor Benn has to set the tone right from the outset. Those first 4 rounds, 6 rounds, even 8 rounds, he needs to really set the tone and make Chris Eubank Jr. work. Whereas Chris Eubank Jr. needs to box on the back foot. Don't be a pressure fighter. Let Conor Benn do the pressure. You box on the back foot. You're the bigger guy. You've got the chin. You have got a chin. You've got the ability. Box on the back foot and try and see how it goes. But look, that's not up to me. That's up to Conor Benn. That's up to Chris Eubank Jr. That's their kind of, tactics that they need to try and pick. How do I see the fight going? I do think Conor Benn's going to start really quick, and he might clip Chris Eubank Jr. with something. He might. I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to clip Chris Eubank Jr. with anything. I think Chris Eubank Jr. will be able to withstand that pressure. I actually think, though, as it gets down the stretch, I think Chris Eubank Jr.'s really going to tire. You know, he's been fighting at 167. I don't know how he's going to do it at 160. I think that weight training is really dangerous. Like, I think weight training is super, super dangerous. And even fighters with a chin lose their chin when they get weight trained. So I think weight training is super, super dangerous. He's going to weight train down to 160. Not going to be having fun. Not going to be liking it. And I think what's really going to happen is Conor Benn's going to be able to keep applying the pressure, keep going hard, keep going ham. And what we'll be able to do is turn around in the later rounds and land something on a weight drained, tired Chris Eubank Jr. So I think on point, Chris Eubank Jr. But what I'm going to go for my prediction is a Conor Benn stopping Chris Eubank Jr. after round 8. It won't be early, it will be late, after round 8, in round 8, certainly after round 6. I'm going to late stoppage Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, because I don't think he's got the power to stop him early, but I think when Chris Eubank Jr., when the weight drain starts to show, Conor Benn will be able to get the job done. But that's just my thoughts, people. Let me know your thoughts on the fight, on everything I've just said, in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe. You know how all this stuff works, people. Peace.